Good evening, everyone. Mic check. Please let me know if you can hear me. How are you all doing? And how did your day go? How are you all doing? How's your day? How did your day go, rather? Um, I hope your day went well. And I think it rained in Lagos and Abuja. So, if it rained where you are, I hope the rain did not hinder your movement. Oh, and for those in Lagos, how's the traffic situation? You guys hosted our president today, so I hope the traffic is bearable and none of you are on the road. Oh, Ada Amoge says she had a lot of patience and she's so exhausted. Yeah, sorry, you're doing a good work. Well done. Okay, it rained. Oh, Mary Jane said that her day was very stressful and she just got back from school and the rain caught up with her. Sorry, Mary Jane. I hope you get some rest. Just if you can, boil some water, drink very hot beverage, and lie under your duvet. Okay. Um. Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. Okay, so we have quite a bit to talk about today. Um. Yeah. We have quite a bit, and as much as possible, I want us to end this class in an hour 30 minutes. And so I will start. However, can we do a quick recap of the last class? What did you learn? Yeah, what were your key takeaways from the last class? Oh, Amber Nation, thank you for asking. I'm doing well. Thank you. I'm fine. So tell me, what were your takeaways from the previous class? What did you gain? What did you learn? What changes have you started to make? Waiting to read from you. Sorry, I like to do Jimo. Use of case statements SQL. I think you're in the wrong class. Nobody's telling me what they learned in the previous class. Okay. Mary Toyin said she learned about the acronym CAPTURE. CAPTURE. Nice. Okay, great. Ajayi Piva says, last class I learned that skills get you hired, but communication, reliability, and attitude keeps you retained and referred. Yep, that's right. Imade is asking what's the full meaning of the acronym CAPTURE. So either a member of the class, can be magnanimous enough to type it out, and if not, you can please refer to the last class we had on Monday. It's on YouTube. And yeah, you'd find the full meaning of the acronym in that class. Okay. Cynthia Caesar says, I learned how to be proactive and build strong client relationships. Great. Okay, yes, we're learning. I love our lessons. I love our lessons. I love our lessons. Good evening, everybody. If you're just joining, we're having a recap of our last class. Blessing Ogbe says, I learned how to create a professional profile because my profile is my shop front, and also learned the acronym CAPTCHA. Fantastic. Fantastic. Well done. Osanyade Precious says, I learned how to respond to customers politely. Yes. Hi, my namesake, Dorcas Olade. How are you doing? Okay, so for Imade who asked about capture, someone has typed it out for you, so you can just look through the comments. Safety Layo, good evening. Good evening, good evening. Thank you to those who are typing out what capture means. Thank you so much, everyone. It shows that you're following. Good evening. So we're still recapping the previous class. What did you learn? What did you gain? What were your key takeaways? What were your key takeaways? What were your key takeaways? Okay, Ifelo Ajayi says how to build strong clients, relationships, be consistent, handle feedback like a pro, celebrate wins with clients. Great. Oja Favor, there was no class yesterday. There was a class on Monday. And that's what I'm referring to. Precious, thank you for the acronym, CAPTCHA. Thank you. So for those of you who are asking what capture means, a lot of people are typing it out already in the comments. So you can just look through the comments to get that. But much more than that, I'd advise you go back to the video to understand what, because I mean, if you're just seeing all of this, you will not have like context as to what it means. So yeah. Thank you. Favor, I just answered that question. Go back to the last class, the video for the last class, and please rewatch and watch it. It's on Monday and on YouTube. Okay, so Harriet says, I learned my profile is my first advert for myself. Yes. Blessing says, I also gained knowledge on how to build client relationships and common mistakes that breaks trust. Fantastic. I love it. I can see you all who are in class, you all took notes and you all were following. And I hope that you all have started to map out application, because it's one thing to get knowledge. It's another thing to understand how to apply it, okay? So please ensure that as much as you're taking these things in, begin to ask yourself, okay, so in what area am I going to apply this? What area am I going to implement this? What change do I need to make? That's when your learning is truly complete. Okay, I mean, you cannot just take on knowledge, which is great. It's a great step in the right direction. But beyond that, you need to also begin to implement what you're learning. So if your profile was looking like something that I was having, maybe I was having confusion before, based on the class, you should now know that, okay, this is where I need to make changes. This is where I need to audit, So yes, please. So beyond the, what's it called now? Beyond the learnings, which is great, application is also equally important. Don't let the learnings just end in your books. Begin to make changes, necessary changes. Okay, so 7:10, and we start today's class. Now, today's class is a very interesting one because this is what everybody likes. Everybody likes money. Everybody wants money. Like, we need to start making the money. Maybe some of you have just been like, people have been talking, when are we going to start? How that money gone, that part, that's where I want to hear. So yes, I know. So yeah, that's what we're doing today. We're talking about pricing. How do you even price? Like, is it even important? Or let me just price. If I just see one, as long as just hits you with one price, like based on my mood or based on how I'm feeling, So how do you price? Then proposals. What are even proposals? Contracts. Like, what's even a contract? Is it even important? I just want to make this money. What are you saying? we're going into that today, and then of course financial management basics. Okay, so before we go into that, okay, so this is me. My name is Ololade Oladotunjo, and you can connect with me via LinkedIn, Ololade Oladotunjo. And please ensure that your profile is great, because if any of you connect with me again and your profile is not good, I will not answer anybody, because we've talked about this already. So if your profile is looking like something that is having identity crisis, I won't answer anybody again. I'll just ignore you. Boom, because we've talked about it already. So go and adjust your profile before you send me a profile request. Is that clear? Yes, it's clear. Thank you. So now, so we have icebreakers. Okay, so I want us to have like an icebreaker session today. So the first icebreaker I want us to ask is, so now imagine you need to manage your inbox, right? Will you pay 50K? Like, would you pay someone 50,000 naira to manage your inbox? Why or why not? Like, realistically, now, you feel like, oh my god, I have like someone like me, I have like about how many thousands, like my emails. Oh my goodness, I have like my major email. I have over 20,000 emails there, So let's assume maybe some of you are like that, or you have a lot of emails, or you have more than even one email. You have probably 5 emails, right? And you just feel like, oh my gosh, it's so overwhelming. I'm missing a lot of emails and all of that stuff. So, like right now, will you pay? Like, and I'm like, oh, 50K. I want to pay. I want somebody to manage my emails, and I'm going to pay the person 50,000 naira every month, just to manage in my email, not even to send emails or anything, no. Just manage it, ensure that my email is not cluttered. I get any emails that I need to know about, I'm aware of it, and all of that stuff. So why, if you will pay, why? If you will not pay, why? Okay, so Favor says she'll manage it herself. Interesting. Okay. Tim Tokwe Christ Lover says I won't pay because what I do myself without stress on a daily basis. Emmanuel already says no because I've learned how to do it myself now. Peter Bannisel says no, I can manage it myself. Mary Jane says yes, I will pay because I have the money, and it will definitely save me a lot of stress. Nkume Ngozi says I will pay in future when I have financial capability. Blessing Ogwe says if I haven't been active in this class, I will pay. But since I've gotten some knowledge on how to manage my profile and email, I will not pay. And if Mudipola says if I'm so busy, I allow someone to manage it. I'll manage it myself. Oh, this is the last day Alice now. I'll manage it myself, except it's plenty. If I said I'll not pay because I already know all it takes to manage it. Before now, I would have done that, but okay, so I lost that message. Nora says I won't because I'm now good at it. Okay. Titilai Adwa says yes I can. I put myself in the place of a celebrity like Funke Akindele. Wow, nice. Ogo Oluwaki Tomban College says, okay, you're still talking about the last what you learned. Somebody said, okay, oh yeah, Oluwaki says, yes, so soft life. Candice Collection says, yes, I will. Because I want to reduce stress and give the opportunities to others, but that will be because I have the funds. Okay. Elizabeth, what would be left if I remove to keep from my salary? I'll manage it myself. Oh. Promise says yes and no. Yes, when I have so much on my plate and that inbox can bring way above 50K monthly, yes, I would. This will enable me to focus on more important stuff. Okay. Okay. Blessing says no, I won't. I'll manage it myself from all I've learned so far. Mary Isaka says I can, but it depends on my financial capacity and engagement. Olabi says if the volume is very big, of course, it implies I'm big, so I'll pay. Olafemi Timothy says, I will not because I'm set. I can set a time apart in the day to visit my meal. I will, so I will do that so that will reduce my brain task and help me focus on more important tasks, enhancing productivity. Okay, so I can say it's a mix of yes and no. Yes, because why not? Yeah, I have the money, so yeah. Well, no, because why should I? I can do it. So why should I splurge that amount? on this. Okay. There's no right or wrong answer, to be honest. I just want to see what your thought pattern is around this. So now the next icebreaker that we have now is, if you are a VA, what will you charge for inbox management, and why would you charge that amount? If you were the VA, and let's say someone needs an inbox manager, someone, a virtual assistant to assist them in managing their inbox, what will you charge and why? What will you charge and why? So I'm waiting to see your responses. You are the VA. Someone has hired you to manage, someone wants to hire you rather to manage their inbox. What will you charge the person and why will you charge that amount? No, I need specifics. Like, I'll charge XYZ amount because of this. Okay, so Oluwatoyin says 200K with the current state of the economy. Okay, that's the only reason you're charging 200,000. If the economy becomes good tomorrow, now you can charge maybe 10,000, right? Oluwatoyin. All right. Bessie says, depending on the volume of work, nothing less than 100K. Okay. Emmanuel Olorede says, I will charge 100K because of the stress involved. Okay. Okay. So I'm waiting for your responses. Elizabeth Ayobami says, it depends on the number of emails I will be managing. Okay, so I'm still waiting for your responses, guys. Precious says above 100K because I got around to helping a friend sort his email yesterday, and I can say it took me over 3 hours just to sort about 300 mails. It's way more stressful than I anticipated. I love that. Okay. Amusa Opolo says, for a start, I can charge 100K for me to get more references and more jobs. Akiyemi Wumi says 100K because it requires more time and attention. Nkume Ngozi says, I'll charge 100K for a start, depending on how many hours per day. Okay. Aliu Glory says, okay, sorry, I lost that. So, Helen Makeover says, if it's an international client, 30 to 50 USD. Nigeria, I'll charge 300K because I definitely know for someone to want to pay for management of email, definitely the volume of work is not expensive. I love that answer. Helen Makeover, thank you. Gift Okike says, I'll charge 250K because I'll make sure I do my job well. Okay, Mora Kenya says, I'll charge 150K because managing of inbox involves a lot and my time too. Because if I'm managing for a big company, I'll be attending to at least 30 inbox. Okay, so as a beginner, Olajumoke says, as a beginner, I'll charge 50K. Then from referrals, I can increase to 100K. Fantastic. Okay, I love this. I love these answers. I love your thought patterns. So now let's go into the class proper. Now, pricing first. How do you set your rates? Because in this virtual assistant world, right, there are rates. So sometimes, of course, you have instances where a client comes and says, okay, this is how much I want to pay. You also have instances where a client tells you, okay, how much are you charging? What are your rates? And you also have an instance where a client tells you, this is what I want to pay. But then you look at it and you're like, nah, this work, definitely it's gonna cost me way more than this. I can't take this. I'm going to take this for XYZ reason. And that's why I love somebody's response. Somebody had makeover in her response that said that she helped someone manage their inbox yesterday, just about 300 emails, and it took her about 3 hours. So she knows it's not a small feat. It's not small, right? So, pricing is how you put value on your time, on your skills, and on your expertise, right? So, you're not only, when you're pricing, you're not just thinking about uh this work, or okay, let me see how long will I just spend. I mean, okay, this work is going to take me like 2 hours, okay, so I can charge like $200. You're looking at your time, you're looking at your skills, you're looking at your expertise. If you set your price too low, you will burn out. And if you set it too high without showing value, you'll be the one to do your, you will you will close shop, oh, because nobody will patronize you. Do you understand? So you have to understand where the balance is. You cannot charge the same way a VA who who has probably had 10 years of experience and is already even an executive VA. If that person is commanding um $3,000 just for email management, you can't say, omo, myself, when you don't even have up to 1 year experience. Because that person is charging for expertise. That person is charging for their skills, right? So you have to charge based on these things. How much time will go into this? What, in terms of skills, the skill set I have, if I'm working on an administrative task, I will not charge you the same thing I would charge if I am working on a technical task, because an administrative task, a technical task rather, requires more skills than an admin task. If I'm probably using ConvertKit to handle your launch, if I'm integrating Paystack, if I'm integrating Zapier, it's taking me I'm using more skills in that regard than if I'm managing your inbox. So I will not charge you the same thing, even if it will take me lesser time. I won't charge you the same thing because they're different. So those are the things you need to consider when you're putting out your charges. Don't just say, this person looks like he has money, oh, he has money, he has money. Oh yeah, bam. And you slam him with what you feel like slamming him with. Or you just feel like, oh, let me just charge anything. This one client that I've seen all my life. Oh, just give me anything. Anything, I'm okay. Anything. If you do it, you will get tired. Now you go tired. You by the time they hit you with inbox, like 5 different emails, one email has like 25,000 emails that are scattered. You will know that's not a small feat. Now, sorry, this is wrong heading, but basically, what are you supposed to charge? These are the things that you're supposed to consider when you're charging. Just ignore that heading, please. These are the things you need to consider when you're charging. These are the things basically for the different types of charge, how we charge basically. First is there are different types of pricing models. The first is hourly, right? You can either decide to charge per hour. So, for example, you can say, "Oh, I'm charging you $10 per hour for administrative support." You can decide to charge, okay, I'm going to charge based on the project. You're launching your website or you're launching your book and you want me to integrate payment system. So I'm charging you for the project. So I'm the one to now determine how many hours. It doesn't concern you. I'm only charging you for the project. So let's say $200 to set up an email funnel. That is for the project. So even if you like spend 24 hours on it, it's not the client's business. You're charging for the whole project. The only thing the client owes you is once you're done with the project, maybe you agree that they pay you a certain amount upfront, and then when you're done, they pay you the rest. That's all. Then there's also something called a monthly retainer. That's an ongoing monthly fee for services. So let's say, somebody, it's just like you're getting a salary, but this time around as a freelancer. So I'm going to be paying you, I'm going to charge $500 per month for customer support, or I'm charging $500 per month for tech support, or whatever it is you're doing for the client. So those are like the three major pricing models, basically. Either you charge per hour, or you charge per project, or you charge per month. Right. Okay, so now moving on. Factors to consider So now, please, I want you to listen to this very, very well. Factors to consider when setting your rates. Number one, your skill level, right? Your skill. Someone's asking email funnel. Let's leave that till the end of the class. Your skill level. You need to understand where you are in terms of skill set. If you remember the assignment I gave you guys last week, Monday, I told you to go check the profiles of people who are beginners like yourself and see what they're charging. The reason is because it will help you understand, it gives you an idea of where you're at in terms of pricing. If you're just starting out, if you're just starting out, no, that's not what email funnel means. Please, email funnel is not sorting emails. That's inbox. What you just described, Adekunle Ololade's inbox management. Email funnel is quite different. But I'll explain that later at the end of the class. I don't want to break my thought process. So, your skill level. Imagine you're just starting out. And then you saw on LinkedIn someone who's charging $750 for inbox management. And you're like, hey, $750, K. Me too. That's how much I'll charge. And you don't even, if this is like your first major job, the person can literally they've gained so much skill that they can manage a 20,000 inbox in just 30 minutes. Like they know their way around, but you are just starting. So you're still trying to figure your way out. And then you want to still put yourself at the same level as them. So when you're charging, understand where you are at in terms of your skills. Now, cost of living. The same amount you would charge a client in Nigeria is definitely not the same amount you charge a client in US. It's definitely not the same amount you charge a client in Philippines. Why? Because our cost of living is different. A client in US can afford to pay you $750 to build them an email funnel. But a client in Nigeria, $750 what? You ask you if you want to go and bring the email funnel from the sky. Because what did we carry? What did we throw? So you have to understand who you're working with and understand their standard of living. And know that and that if you know it's a Nigerian client, just know, okay, there's a particular limit I can get to with this person, and it will not become unreasonable. Right? But then if you're working with US clients, it's quite different because you understand that it's the standard of living there is better, and their money, if converted to Naira, I mean it's a lot, right? So that's something you should understand. Then complexity of tasks, like I had said, if I am working as an administrative support, I will not charge you the same thing I would charge someone I'm working with as tech support. They are two, because it's more complex. Administrative support, what am I doing? I'm managing your inbox probably. I'm booking your flights, working on reservations and all that. But then I'm working on tech support. I'm probably doing integrations. I'm using Monday.com. I'm doing automations. That's different. There's a different level of complexity in both of them. And so I will not charge you the same thing I charge somebody who is, well, I won't charge you an administrative, someone who I'm working as an administrative support. I won't charge the person the same thing I'm charging the person I'm working on tech support for. Do you get it? So you have to understand that. Don't just say, one way near one price. I don't go below $500. I don't go below. I don't care what you want to do. I cannot go below this. This dollar that I finally started earning. I don't want to hear anything less than 500. Even if you want me to lift on nothing, you can't do that, right? Okay, so please. Now, niche demand. There are some niches that are higher in demand than others. And of course, the law of economics. The higher the demand, what happens to the price? Let's see if there are people that can still remember their secondary school economics. The higher the demand, what happens to the price? Is there anybody here that can still remember secondary school economics? Thank you. The higher the demand, the higher the price. So for a niche that is in high demand, of course, you can charge higher because they are the ones rushing you. But for a niche that you know it's not really, really in high demand, and in fact, maybe there's even a lot of supply, like administrative VA, that's Boguero or virtual assistants. You know that you have to price reasonably because there are a lot of people that can do it, and there are a lot of people that are, in fact, available to do it. But when you now begin to go to niches like technical assistants, those ones that are working with integrations, automations, those ones that are much more specialized, that's where the big, those ones are big boys and girls. Executive VAs, those ones that need a certain level of professionalism to work. Those that work with C-suites, like top guys, Fortune 500 CEOs. Those are the ones that their shoulders are high. They can charge you 3-5 per month, $5,000 per month. But you that you're an administrative agent, you want to charge $5,000. You'll be see work. She gets it. So you have to understand the niche where you are. Understand the niche you currently are. Right? Then another thing you also need to take into consideration are the tools that are required. For example, Zapier. If probably the work you're doing requires a tool that needs subscription. So that tool, maybe you need Zoom Pro, you need Canva Pro, you need this one Pro. And some of these tools that you need to pay in dollars for it. And then you're using, it's not like the client is giving you their own. The client is going to use your own. You have to use yours to get a job done. You think about those things. Not that by the time the client pays you the check and money that you charged, you are finished using all the money to subscribe. You don't have anything left again on your own, left to spend for yourself. So you have to ask yourself those questions. This work, or what I want to do for this client, what tools are required? Can I use the free version, or do I need to subscribe to the pro version? So if you need to subscribe to the pro version, you have to also look at the price, find how to impute it in what you're charging the client, right? Exactly. So these are the things that you need to understand when you're setting your rate. So you see, it's not just anyhow, or so God, just give me anything. Let this dollar just enter my account. Say, let it land. And you will get frustrated. Now you go tire. Do you get it? You have to consider. See that. So you see, pricing is not just something that you just hit or slam. I say, hey, what looks good? What looks good? $250 sounds good. Let me just say $250. Some of you don't even know how to price. Some of you don't even know how to have pricing conversations. Some of you don't even know how to do it. Right? So these are the things, like I said, you need to see. It's not something you just rush into because it's shocking you. It's really shocking you. Dollars today. Poverty is obviously law. And you are just again, like I said, if you rush in, you rush out because you not get frustrated. You realize that you are using all the money on subscription. Nothing is left for you. Do you get it? If there's some niches that you can't even use. The kind of laptop you use, you have to even use a high grade laptop because of the kind of tools that you need to download. So is it that kind of work you are not saying pay me anything? Just pay me, see I will do it. I can do anything. You can't do that. These are the questions you ask yourself, right? These are the things you ask yourself when you're pricing. And so then another thing I should also ask is obviously, cost of living in your own country, right? How the economy, like I think Oluwatoyin mentioned. That's what you also consider. Sorry guys, I'm sure you're hearing me, so I need to stay hydrated. I'm a bit under the weather, so I need to stay hydrated whilst I'm speaking. Thank you. So in case you hear my mouth moving, I'm trying to keep my throat hydrated. Okay, so moving on to the next slide. So yeah, we've talked about factors to consider when setting your rates. Like I said, these are the things you need to think about when setting. Don't get too excited or don't get too carried away, right? And then just do anything or just accept anything. These are things. Please value. Like you are giving value. Do you understand? Like it's value. So don't just act anyhow because you're giving value, right? Thank you so much, everyone. So next thing now, common mistakes people make when it comes to pricing. First, they undercharge due to fear. You're afraid. You're like, hey, if I tell this man $300, he will go. Sure, he will not go like this. He will go. Please, just I will do just 10, 50, $20 is okay for me. It's okay. I'm afraid he will go. That's because you don't know the value you carry. Do you get it? That's because you don't know your value. That's why you're scared. And that's because you've probably not even communicated. Because one thing I always say, see, value attracts. And I can tell you, if you are a person of value, wealth will gravitate towards you. Because nobody ever says no to value. But you're afraid. Maybe because you went to be the man and you're acting as if it's your savior. That's this job, I will do it. Just give me, please. I need this badly. Do you get it? Even the man will be afraid. So I should not go and run away with my money. So you are scared. And then you are undercharging. Then number two, comparing yourself to others without context. I told you, you see an executive virtual assistant that already has 10 years of experience, that in fact the people he's working with are Fortune 500 CEOs, C-suite executives. You see him coming on LinkedIn and telling you, oh, I have made $10,000 in 2 months as an assistant. And like, say, he doesn't have 2 heads. $10,000 means by day. And you then go and put it there and you say, I cannot charge any less than 3K. 3,000. You can't compare like that. Because that person has spent years honing their crafts. She gets it. So you can't just begin to compare without context, right? Then, of course, not reviewing your rates regularly. This is very, very important. So let's say you started charging and then let's say your average price is like $200. You've been on $200 for 8 months. You do not change it. And one bag of rice in the market it has moved from 20,000 to 80,000. Your $200 is still remaining the same. You can't stay like that. Do you get it? You know how much data is even our telecom service provider, they've increased data like 50%. You do not increase, your price is still the same because you're like, no, nothing should happen to this. See, this one that God has changed my story. Please, I don't want to overcharge over them. You have to constantly review your rates. What is obtainable in the market? Oh, what am I? And that's why you have to belong to communities. What are my what's it called? What are my contemporaries charging? What's happening here? What's the like I said, belong to communities, ask questions, attend community events. Do you understand? All these things are important so that you know what's obtainable, right? Okay, so moving on. Now, I want us to look at a project that was poorly priced. Now, inbox management for a busy coach. 5 hours every day, Monday to Friday. So basically, this person wants them to manage her inbox. And it's 5 hours per day, Monday to Friday. And the virtual assistant said, Madam, just give me $20. It's not just inbox or manage your email. $20 is okay. And then in her mind, that's the virtual assistant. She's like, I'm still new. If I start too high now, she will not hire me. At least 31K is something. I know $20 in Nigeria, if you convert it now, it's about 31,000 naira. So, your thought process is like, let me just let me collect this one. It was there. It's not just manage inbox. Just give me $20, man. I'm fine. See, once you see that that dollar sign, you don't even want to, because you might see $20, you might feel like, this thing makes sense. So, but convert it to naira. Think of all the expenses. You will buy data. You will subscribe. You will use one pro, maybe Canva Pro for designs. If it's something that requires designs, you will pay for Canva Pro. Some of you can even use ChatGPT Plus. All these things, put it together. Is it not more than your 31,000 naira? But because you saw dollar at the back, dollar, that you're carried away already. Do you get it? You didn't sit down and think about these things. Do you get it? Then the reality now is, that 5 hours per day is actually 25 hours per week, and that's 100 hours per month. So you're working for 31,000 naira for 100 hours. Is it not better for you to go and do a teaching job in that you will even get maybe 50,000 naira in a month than to spend your time on this one? Do you understand? You are tired, you are frustrated, you are now angry. I just snapping, I just shouting because you're angry. Do you get it? And then in the client's mind, like, wow, she's so cheap. I'll ask her to do more work since she's affordable. They're giving you more work, as in the price is just moving like a snail. Do you get it? So that's not how to charge, because eventually in the beginning, right, it might seem like, thank God, though, me too. When they are calling people that I need dollars, me say I will come and they know that it's $20. Oh. Do you get it? Well, and there's the capacity to actually earn more. But because you just did not do your due diligence, you are shortchanging yourself. And what happens eventually is that you now begin to get frustrated. You are tired. You don't even you are earning the dollars. You don't even have anything to show for it. But what's not the essence? Somebody people said that she does POS business. I'm telling you, because what's the essence? Nothing to show for it. So please, like I said, when you are charging this thing, your rates, even beyond even charge, sometimes some clients will come to you and say, "Oh, I have this project and I want to do this. This is my rate." And you're like, "Wait, what? Are we playing?" You know that based on the scope of the work, based on the things that they want you to do, based on the tools you use, you can renegotiate. I say, sorry, $250 is not going to be okay for this project because XYZ, XYZ, XYZ. My best rate for this project is $350. Renegotiate. Don't just say, $250, I will grab it. Convert. You're not thinking about the different things. You're not thinking about the time. Some of the projects might require you to work even midnights to meet up. Some of them, you might even be in meetings in the These are the things you will consider because of time zone difference. Let's say you are a transcriber, for example, or you're a minute taker or something, or part of the work requires being in meetings, facilitating meetings, and you have to work with their time. And their own time, their daytime rather, there is midnight time here. So you have to be awake at midnight when you should be sleeping. So you will still come and charge $20 on top of that kind of work. Why? Please, why? So those are the things you think about. Do you understand? When you're charging these things, what's the time zone difference? Am I going to be working in the midnight in my time? That's part of it, because it's an inconvenience. When you're supposed to be sleeping, you're working. So it's part of those are the things you will put into consideration when you're charging. And of course, you're not going to overcharge and say, all the problem in my I want to build complete the roof of my house. I want to buy generator. I want to buy my new laptop. I will put all the money inside this one. If not, you will chase the client away. But again, find a balance. Okay, so next slide. Now, let's look at a well-charged project. Scenario. Same inbox management. And the VA is here and breaking it down for us. So, okay, 5 hours per day, 100 hours per month, right? I'm going to charge $10 per hour. And since I'm doing 100 hours per month, so that's $10, that's $1,000 per month. Cool money, cool cash. And what the VA is thinking about is, I'm giving her back 20. That's the way you think value. The VA is not thinking that this person is coming to remove all my sorrow, or coming to solve all my problems. It says I'm giving her back 20 plus hours a week. One, because that's the time she should have spent managing her inbox. So I'm giving her that back. She can use that for other strategic things. That's value. I will package it professionally and position myself as a time saver. So this is a win-win situation. I am helping you. You are also paying me for my service. But you see, a lot of us, what happens is, you feel, this savior mentality where you feel like they are coming to save you. They are coming to remove finally, all the beginning, oh Lord, all the things I dreamt of. And then you just get really carried away from there. This is how you think of value. You ask yourself, how can I position myself as a person of value here? Oh, I'm giving her back. That's the way you see it. It is not just inbox. Anybody that comes and tells you, $1,000, this is not just. See, I hate that word. What is just, please? What exactly is just? Is it not just? And then if it's just, do it yourself. It's that simple. If it's just, then by all means, just do it yourself. Since it's just. It's not just inbox management. It's not just, I was there. Just press here, you're done. No problem, sir. You can as well press it too and be done. Do you get it? So don't let anybody make you feel like what you're doing is irrelevant or it's just inconsequential. I'm just helping your life. Or you these black Africans. There's nothing like that. Do you understand? So you go for value. See, all this be very, very, very confident. Value, I'm giving you value. That's why you can. Because some of you, when you say, "Okay, I'll give," I want to charge you, even when you're even saying it, pay me $100, ma, $100 for the whole month, ma. And she says, "Oh, and she just speaks to one, give you small phone like this, you are gone. I can't pay you that amount. So what's this? I'm gonna just pay $50. Okay, ma. Okay, I'll take it. I'll take it like that. I'll take it, ma. Oh, what's that?" So they just blew you away with phonetics and you are gone. Okay. No. And that's because you don't know your value. You don't know the value you're bringing to the table. You communicate it, talk, speak, say it. Nobody will come and blow your trumpet for you. Nobody will come and toot your horn for you. If you are bringing, you will be the one to, and they will know, okay, that's true. You use value to communicate. Yeah, that's it. Do you get it? I'm giving her, and look at this person. It's not just inbox management. It's not just that. It is me saving you time. I'm saving you time. I'm giving you back your time. You can use 20. I'm giving you back 20 hours a week. Do you get, like, I'm a time saver. You can use that 20 hours for something else. You can spend it with family. You can use it for strategic. Like, that's value, man. And then you not make it just no. So please, clients would, you know how say, let me say, if you don't speak pigeons, yeah, sorry. Say clients go on whine you. In there, but no shake. Do you understand? Don't shake. Just have your strong reasons ready. Of course, politely, please. State it. Oh, thank you very much. I want to charge. You want to charge $1,000. Oh wow, is $1,000 per month not a bit too much for this project? It's just about 5 hours per day. Oh, thank you very much. How about you? How about I pay you? What if I pay you $5 per hour for 100 hours? I mean, 5,000. That's about $500 per month. Oh, thank you very much for that. Amount. I mean, it's actually great. But on my part, I'm giving you back 20 hours of your time per week, and that's very valuable. I mean, I'm a time saver. I will, package like this. What you come prepared. Please. Thank you. So the next is, now let's see how she did it. That's the person who charged something really good. She gave her retainer with a scope: inbox management, response templating, escalation. Like, you guys, you don't understand packaging. Like, how there's a way. Okay, let me give you guys. There's this thing I saw on Instagram. No, not Instagram. I think it was Twitter. I saw. I don't know how many of you saw it, but there's this lady that made this. She made a pair of slippers, and it was she pegged it at 250,000 naira, I think. And when she pegged it at that amount, oh my goodness, people came at her. Like, which kind of slippers? Why will you put slippers to 50? And the environment, right? Where she made the slippers, like the way she even snapped the picture, It wasn't really. I thought people came and said, "What is 250 pounds? Sorry, 250K. That's 250,000 naira in these slippers that you are promoting." However, somebody now did something. Took that same slipper, the same picture that she posted. I think the guy who did it is probably a designer, I think. And this guy repackaged this thing. Oh my goodness. He made this very beautiful box for it. You know, he put this logo. That slippers was just looking, it was not looking so good. The same slippers. So. Do you get it? And now people now decided that, you know, it now looks way better. Like, oh wow, this pass is but it's not really that bad. No, do you understand? Now that's the thing with packaging. Like, of course, please, I need to state a caveat here. It doesn't mean you should now do rubbish in your product and come and say you want to package it, because that one, we don't do that here. Do you get it? We don't do that here. So what you are packaging is also very good. Please take notes. You're not packaging nyama and then coming to give it to us. You are packaging something amazing, fantastic, something solid. Because the thing is, even if what you have is solid, right, and you don't even project it well, people can actually talk down on it. Have you not seen people who will make bags and they will tell you this bag is 150,000. They will tell you it's crocodile skin. They will tell you it's organic whatever. They will tell you they went to source the leather of the bag, even if maybe the leather was in their backyard. They went to source the leather of the bag from Italy, and they went to stitch it in Rome. After stitching it in Rome, they went to assemble it in Paris, and so it is one. People, that's packaging. Package what you are doing. Do you get it? And they will tell you, oh, the bag is $150, 150,000 naira. If you carry look at the logo of the bag. It has the head of a lion on top of the bag. The bag is big. Oh, if you now open the compartment, this compartment here, it can hold all the cards. These 3 compartments. Oh, the inner field. Oh goodness. The way they would do that, even you like, if you feel like if you don't buy this bag, you are missing out in life and destiny. Do you understand? That's it. Branding. You brand it well. Brand something good though. Again, if you brand nonsense, don't try it. Do you understand? Brand it so well. Do you get to see this English now? What response templating? Oh, what's response templating? Rest is simply template though for response, but you will put English. You get it? Do you get it? Put everything. So like, wow, this person is really good. Because there's a way you can say this thing. Do you get it? And to just look normal. You are saying the same thing, but be very basic. Okay, what I will do, I will manage your inbox. I would also prepare templates for you to use when I want to respond to them. And then I will also get back to you when it says, it's not the same thing I'm communicating. It's the same thing, but no. Inbox management, response templating, escalation. Escalation to you only you have bought them. Did you get it? So that's it. You brand yourself well. Brand them well. Let them know that this person knows what she's doing. If they give you, even if they may give you phonetics, give them you to speak your own. You get? That's how you have to come prepared to a meeting. Don't come like they are coming to save you and deliver you from anything. You're also coming to save them. Yeah, they need your service. Do you understand? So please, very important, right? When you're doing these things, please note that you always have cover every ground. You see that say every weapon where it's fashioned against you, making the fullest fire. So and that's how it's not just by prayer is one thing. Do your homework too. So you can come ready. Get ready for pushback, because sometimes some clients will push back. Why are you doing no? Don't you think $1,000 is a bit too much? It's a bit on the high side. How about we do 50? How about we do half of that? And when I see your work, I'll go. That's it. You said you will come with your strong reasons. Oh yeah, I mean I totally understand that. But however, I'm actually saving you 20 plus hours of time. And also, I am also going to be working on your inbox management. I'm also going to be creating templates for your responses. And as well, I'm going to be escalating to you when necessary. Just ensuring that you also get back the time to work on something more strategic. You speak English, I speak mine. You get? We're both offering value. I need value. I need your money. You need my value. You get it? Everybody's happy. So that's it. Exactly. So Communicate to them. Say, I'll give you back 3 hours daily so you can coach more clients. It's nice. Don't just say, is that one self is good. That one you said self is good. I will take it too. It's good. Anyway, so moving on. Now the outcome is client pays on time. They respect your boundaries, right? And the virtual assistant has time. She has more time to do other things. She has energy. She has money. There's money because she's getting well paid. And of course, your confidence goes up. Imagine what $1,000 in your account every month is going to do for some of you here. You're a millionaire already, oh. That's millions, oh. You're any million. Yeah, and the million, and you know how many people, um, how many people in Nigeria are earning up to a millionaire? But you are here stretching your leg 5 hours per week, and 1 million is sitting in your account every month. Your shoulder will rise. We don't do pride though, please. Confidence, not pride. You know, you get it. Your confidence will go up. When another client comes, hey, you will be so confident. Do you understand? So please, very important, okay? To understand pricing. Very, 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 very important. Please understand pricing. Understand pricing. Don't get carried away. I know that first client, the body you but relax, relax. Do your homework. Do because you don't want it. That's relationship to go sour. It can damage your self-esteem later. So please do your homework very, very well. And yeah, I saw somebody said my name is not Adetunju Ojo. My name is Olalade Oladotun Ojo. Thank you. So yeah. Um so yeah, it's I think we're done with this. Yeah, we're done with this pricing. We will go to we will go we'll go on a short break to sign our attendance. Oh, I can see some of you are asking about English. The thing is, it's not about, to be honest, if you don't have to form phonetics, right? You don't have to form phonetics if you cannot, because you just sound like a clown. But the most important thing is communicating properly. Be articulate. Don't say it was S. You don't know it was I was I do I can I don't know. Just ensure you. Nobody's saying you must. If you know how to switch effectively um Nigerian English and British English, that's okay, that's fantastic. But if you don't know how, don't form it though, because they know. It is their language, it's not your own. So they know when somebody's trying to form what is not. Do you get it? So please, um, just ensure that you communicate well and you you communicate well. Basically, be very articulate. That's the most important thing. Be very articulate. Articulation. Articulate your words, articulate your value, let it be clearly articulated. That is it. Don't do a background, no, because if you are speaking background on your English, you want to put background in the email, please. That's very important. Okay, you don't have to form articulate phonetics if you're not if you don't have it, right? The most important thing is communicate properly. Be very articulate when you're saying whatever it is that you're saying. And yeah, that's it. All right, guys, we'll go on a break now. Sign your attendance, take a break, take a stretch your legs, drink water, and we'll be back by 5 minutes past 8 o'clock. Please sign your attendance. So don't that after when we come back, somebody will be saying attendance, attendance, attendance. Nobody should show up my class. Sign your attendance now. Mic check. Please let me know if you can hear me. Okay. Fantastic. I'm glad to know you can hear me. All right. So let's move on to the next. So we've talked about pricing. Now I'm going to proposals, and basically, you know, if you are very conversant with LinkedIn, sorry, Upwork, you know that you need proposals a lot to bid. Okay. So yeah, how do you ensure that you get clients when you share proposals? Because that's something that makes people really um people get frustrated because it just feels like okay, so they just been sending out proposals and nothing has been working and it just feels like it's crickets. So how do you ensure that your proposals actually, attract and attract clients? So first is a proposal is a formal document that outlines how you will solve a client's problem, right? How you solve their problem, what it will cost. Basically outlining the value you bring to the client. Basically outlining the value the client will get from you. Right. So now the structure of the proposal. First is a brief background of who you are, client needs, a short summary of what the client needs, your offer, what you do, your process and timeline, then the pricing and the terms, and then the call to action, how to get started. Now, note that in all of this, there's nothing like the how the client should help you. So everything here is mostly focused on the client. The client needs, what you would do, how do you want to solve the problem that the client has, your process, your timeline. These are the things you need to include in your proposal. Very important, right? Very, very important. Now, let's see some common proposal mistakes when you're sending a boring genetic proposal. Now, I don't think there's no reason why you should send the same proposal for the same job when you're trying to bid for the same job. You should not do that. Tailor your proposals. Every client's request is different. So when you're sending your proposal, ensure that your proposal is tailored to the client. Don't send a generic proposal that just looks like this one we have seen it before now, or this one is ChatGPT. This one first one, this person, be much more intentional. That's one. Two, when you're not tailoring it to the client's business, like this client literally comes and tells you that they have an inbox that is jam packed, that is full, and your proposal doesn't even say anything like that. You're just like, yeah, I'm a virtual assistant, I can do it, I can do everything, I can do customer support. The customer is not talking about, the client is not asking for customer support. What they're asking for is an inbox manager. But you are saying customer support, like, why? You tailor it to the client's business, tailor it to the problem that they have, tailor it to them, and then over promising or under delivering, or you come to say I can finish a 20,000 word in inbox, I can organize a 20,000 inbox in just 20 minutes. Easy. She get it. So you don't over promise, because sometimes they can even read through the lines. I know that this one is just giving us what we're just saying. It's just saying what it's saying. It's not serious, right? So please, let's not do that. Now, I want to show you examples of a proposal, bad proposal and a good proposal. So first, a badly written proposal. Hi, I'm Precious. I'm a Nigerian virtual assistant. I do admin work, customer support, and all kinds of virtual assistant stuff. I can do your work, and I'm very passionate. My rate is $5 per hour. Please get back to me. I really need this job. Thanks. So first, if you are the client, will you hire this person now? You will hire this person, right? What's wrong with this proposal? So if you will not hire the person, why? Why won't you hire the person? I mean, the person can do virtual assistant stuff. Are you not looking for a virtual assistant? And they said they can do the stuff. So why won't you hire them? This is that what you're looking for. You want to hire a virtual assistant, and the person said they can do it. Oh, Afeba is really nice. So Afeba said she would test her for a month. Okay. Since Afeba has a lot of time on her hands. All right. So let me know why you cannot hire. If you hire her, let me know why. If you will not hire her, let me know why. Okay, Blessing Chizaram says she's the proposal shows desperation and the write-up isn't standard. Choice of words is classless. Okay. Fajobi Docker says, I won't hire her because she didn't specify or niche down and her tone is giving desperation. Dear Wumi says there's no specifics on her skill sets. Olamide says the proposal even looks funny. No, I will not. The person sounds desperate, confused, and unprofessional. Beck and Make says, aside sounding desperate and unprofessional, she didn't state exactly what she can do. Okay. What she's doing. She's really after the money. Dressed by Jesse says, no, it's not professional, not tailored to the client's needs, and she sounds desperate. Promise said, very vague proposal, she did not list her VA tools. Abigail Benson says, the packaging is poor and the VA is already begging to be hired. And she has made herself very cheap. She's sounding desperate. Ajayi says she sounds desperate. Oluwaferemi says there's no professionalism in her communication. What then tells that she's capable of doing this stuff she says she can do? Okay. So yeah, thank you everybody. This is a very badly written proposal. If I'm the one I would not hire this kind of person as well because I'm like, what is this? What is even stuff, please? That's one. Two, you say you can do it. Like it's just vague. There's a lot of vagueness in this proposal, and so it's a no for me. I would also not hire this person. So let's look. Okay, so these are the problems. They didn't mention what the client wants. Like the client obviously said that they wanted something, but they didn't say it. They didn't mention it. And the thing is all about herself. I can do this one. I can do that. I don't care about all that. I want to know how you want to solve the problem that I have as a client. I need someone who can manage my inbox. That's what I care about. If you like, go to the moon. It's not my business, right? So it doesn't have to be about you. It's usually about the client. A proposal is not about you, actually. It's about the client. Letting the client know that, look, I understand your problem. I can actually solve it. If I do XYZ, you will get XYZ results in XYZ time. That is it. Do you get it? So it's about the client. Then begging tone, as it's as if she's looking for I can beg, I really need this job. People that are very desperate, like even if you are desperate, even in your mind, you know that if I don't get the job last song, yeah. But you cannot show it. You can't afford to show it. And of course, there's no structure to her proposal. So now let's see a great proposal. Hi, Sarah. I see you're overwhelmed with email follow-ups and scheduling client calls. Now, she stated the problem, right? I've worked with online coaches to handle this exact problem. Okay. She looks like she can actually solve the problem. One of my clients now spends 5 minutes per day on email instead of 2 hours. Okay. She even has a track record. Here's what I can do for you. Oh, okay. Set up filters and labels. Respond to basic inquiries in the tone you approve. Escalate only high priority items. All right. You will get time back and peace of mind knowing your inbox is covered. Okay. She's telling me the value I'll get. I'm available to start immediately. Wow. My proposal, $500 per month for up to 100 emails per day. Let me know if you like a quick call to get started. Warmly, Precious E. Please, guys, if it is you, like, can somebody tell me, like, I need to, so if you're following, what are the highlights, the good things about this proposal? What makes this a great proposal? Proposal. It should actually be on one a whole document, but because I want you guys to see it properly, that's why I had to break it into two. So now, can you see from this person is like this? It literally, there's almost no reason for. You already know what you want based on like she's first of all she told you you can say everything here is about the client. Everything here is tailored to the client, tailored to the client's problem, tailored to what she can do. She even added testimonial, track record, everything here. Oh, I see you're overwhelmed with email follow-ups and scheduling client calls. Already even telling the client what the client might not even have stated it in her the client might not even have stated it in her ad in her job advert. But she has probably read it and deduced that, oh wow, this person is really struggling with this. So she has put it there, and then she even went on to say, oh, I have experience here. This is not the first time I'm doing this. I have worked with similar people to handle this exact problem. One of my even added testimonial. This is what I can do for you. I will set up this. I will respond to that. I will escalate only high. Like, wow. Then goes on to tell me the value I will get. I'll get time back. I'll get peace of mind knowing that my inbox is covered. Then she goes on to tell me she's available to start immediately. Like I'm not wondering, oh, okay, when can you start? There's nothing to elongate. She has given me everything I need to know. It's not up to me to decide that okay, I need to call, like let's hit the ground running. Proposal of $500 per month for up to 100 emails per day. She has told me she's managing my expectations. 100 emails per day. Let me know if you like a quick or like, come on, guys. Can you see the difference? And let me tell you something. I know that if not before this class, some of you, if you were told to write a proposal, some of you would have that Madam what's her name said this Sarah. Some of you would have written. Some of you, if I had told you to write a proposal before this class, some of you, this is what you'd have written. This for some of you here. This is what you would have written as proposal. But now, after this class, I don't expect anybody to write this again. I don't expect anybody to put this here. Remember, when you're writing a proposal, that it is about the proposal should be beyond even what the client states. You need to that's why you cannot afford to just be desperate. Beyond what the client even stated in their job. Look at it. Okay, so even the client says, oh, the guy can tell you, oh, I'm a business owner. I handle 5 different emails, and so I need Okay, what is really the problem here? What could be the reason? Look at it well, so that you know how it is really. Like, the proposal is about the client. It is about the value you can bring to the client. That is it. It's not really about. It is about the value you can bring. It's about how you can solve the problem. Do you get it? That's what it's about. Do you understand? That's it. Now, moving on. Why it works. Why is this a great proposal? It's specific to the client. It shows results. It is structured. Structured offer. $500 for 100 up to 100 emails. It's confident. It's clear. There's no black and white, gray. It's clear, professional, simple, right? So that's not about proposals. Now let's go to contracts. Protecting you and the client. A contract is a formal agreement between 2 or more parties that clearly states what each party is expected to do. It outlines the scope of work, payment terms, deadlines, responsibilities, and what happens if either party doesn't keep to the end of the deal. In simple terms, a contract is like saying, you do this, I'll do that. And here's what happens if one of us doesn't do it. Now, a contract is extremely important. It is important because it protects you and it protects your client. It is very, very, very important. Why it's important? It protects you legally. So that if tomorrow something happens and it becomes a court case, you have something to tender and say, see, you signed this, you signed that, you agreed to this is your signature. Number two, it prevents scope creep. The client told you, okay, you manage 100 emails, but 100 has become 500 emails. And then you're going back to the client and the client saying, well, yeah, I mean, I'm paying you $500, so why you complain? Ha. If there's a contract, you will go back to the contract and let the client understand that what we agreed for 100 emails is $500. If I'm managing 500 emails, then there should be an increase in price. But if there's no contract, this is your word against theirs. It builds trust and professionalism. Because, when you come with a contract and it just makes you look professional. That's it. It makes you look very professional. Like, wow, okay, this person really knows what they're doing. It's not like, you want to do the work. Oh, yeah, give me password. Give me the password. Let me log in. Oh, yeah, what's your email address? I will hit the ground running. You'll be better calm down and do what's right. So you get it? Calm down and do what's right. Give them let them sign it. It's professional. And then it gives clarity to both you and your client. You both know what to expect. You know what to expect from them, and they know what to expect from you. Now, what a contract should include, it should include the scope of the work. You're going to see an example later on. It should include scope of work. It should include payment terms. It should include timeline. It should include revisions or edit policy. It should include confidentiality and termination clause. It should include signatures. Very important. Okay, so 1 second. Favors asked the question. Said, but I thought you said we should always go extra mile and not do bare minimum. Yes, go the extra mile. But going the extra mile does not mean you should go for managing 100 emails that you agreed on to then managing 500 emails at the same price. Nah, that's not even extra. I don't even know what to call that one again. That's over the mile. It's no more extra now. Do you understand? So extra mile might look like, okay, 100 to maybe 120 emails, and okay, that's still manageable. Or 150 emails. But when you're managing 500, that's not extra mile again. It is not. And you have grounds to go back for a review because you're now going beyond the scope of what you're supposed to do. Or maybe what you were initially hired to do was inbox management, but somehow you find yourself doing social media management too. That's not going the extra mile. So on that ground, you can go back to review your contract. So please, very important. Then, I was saying a contract should include the scope of work. Like, I'm here to manage your inbox. That's it. It does not include social media management. It does not include email funnel. It does not include that. And if for any reason we need to increase the scope of work, then the price will also have to increase. Very simple. Yes, go the extra mile, but don't let anyone exploit you. Do you understand? Going the extra mile might mean, you are managing an inbox, and then you decide that, okay, I want to start sending a summary of the emails that my clients get every week. Of course, that's going the extra mile because it's still within the scope of inbox. It is still the inbox management you're doing. Right. Exactly. So just wanted to clarify that. So, scope of work, payment terms, how are they going to pay you? What day of the month are they going to pay you? Where are they going to? All those things included in your contract. Revisions or edit policy. If you're a designer and you have to do revisions, how many times can a revision be done? Within what period to what period can, all those things, including confidentiality and termination clause. This is very important. Please don't work with somebody that and you can just wake up and fire and just terminate your contract. There has to be a termination clause. So, for example, I remember that all the time I was going to work with this guy, this client, and he sent me the contract. And so, by the way, the contract can be two-way, right? The client can send it to you. The client can send you their contract. If you feel like their contract covers you and you're okay with it, then there's no need to send yours. But if you feel like I'm not, this contract does not really cover me, it covers the client, you can send yours as well over, so the client can sign yours. So the client sent me the contract to sign, and I looked through it, and when it got to termination clause, the client said they can terminate at any time. But me, I cannot terminate if I am working on an ongoing project and I have to give them 2 months notice before I can terminate. So I'm like, okay, so you, the client, you can terminate the contract at any time. You can wake up today and decide, okay, let's terminate. But me, I will have to give you 2 months notice, and that 2 months notice is even subject to if we have a project. So if we have a project, the 2 months might not even be 2 months. You guys, I didn't go ahead with it because that was so unfair. Like the balance was not balancing, and so I didn't go ahead with it. I rejected that. I'm like, peace of mind is really good. Money is good, but peace of mind is great. So so you need to also look at those things. Termination clause. How are you guys going to terminate if it happens that you terminate? How do you go about it and all of that? And then signature. It's not enough for you to send a contract to your client and say, okay, thank you, I've read it, seen. Now let's get to work. Yeah, God, put your hand in the book. Like Yoruba people will say, sign it and send me back the signed copy. Do you understand? That's it. Okay. So, bad written contract. I will work for you for 1 month for $500. You will pay me on the 30th. Thank you. And please note that this contract was sent on WhatsApp, by the way. So what's wrong with this contract? What's wrong with the contract? Okay, Adeni says it's not properly documented. Mide says it's too plain. Ajayi Favor says all what a good contract should include is not there. Tim Tokba said not professional at all. Ifelua Ajao says this isn't professional and well documented. Okay, so yes, you all are very correct. This is badly written. First, why is the contract on WhatsApp? That's number one. Then number two, say you work for me for 1 month for $500. If I'm some client, you work for me for 1 month for $500, no problem. I will give you email management. I will give you customer support. I will give you social media management. I will give you maybe you did say you will work. And then you said I will pay you on the 30th. You didn't specify the 30th. It doesn't have to be 30th of the month. It can be 30th of next year or any month. You didn't specify. Right? So there's nothing specific about it. So there's no scope of work. You shall want $500, Abby, for 1 month, no problem. The 30th can be 30th of next year. And you can come back to me and I can tell you, sorry, I don't have the money right now. When I have the money, I will pay. As long 30th. Is it 30th? So you see why you cannot do this. There are people that actually have people like they've ghosted them. Because this person you're working with is how many miles away from you? You get it? The person is far away. So, where do you want to enter plane and go and meet the person? Do you get it? That's why you can't afford to do all this kind of thing. That's why you cannot afford to just say, I will hit the ground running, sir. I'm ready. Give me the work. I trust you. This man, his face looks like he's a kind man. Oh. You can't though. You have to ensure things are properly documented. Properly documented. Follow the process, my people. Please follow due process. There are stories of people on LinkedIn where they are dragging companies that they've worked with. That you told me you're going to pay me Kiniko, you have not paid me this one. I've been this for 6 months, whatever. You've been said. I saw one recently on LinkedIn where they were dragging the whole company. Then they have to send screenshots. And you told me you were going to pay me my whatever on so and so day. I told you, please. You don't want to be in that kind of mess. Okay. So now the issues with that contract, right, is first, there's no scope of work. You didn't tell me. You said you will work, so I can't give you anything to do because you said you will work. Is that not what you just said? You will work for me for 1 month. It's just nothing like revision, no time zone, no tool. So I can call you by 2 a.m. your time zone. There's nothing like that there. After all, you are not working for me for 1 month. So I can call you by 2 a.m. and tell you to come for a meeting. Join the Zoom link. You'll be, isn't it? Because we don't have a written agreement. Tools. I can tell you to go and use scope. There is nothing like you didn't give me a scope. So if I don't have the fear of God, I will use you. After all, you are the one that is looking for you. I don't know that is desperate. Do you understand? No termination clause. In fact, I can decide that, you know what, that 1 month, I don't want you. I've worked for you. I've worked for you for 3 weeks. Oh yeah, I'll be going. I'm not interested again. Can you see the dangers of not doing proper documentation? There's no legal enforceability because if something happens now, you cannot. What's the evidence? I will tell you. What if I tell you I don't know you? I've never. Who are you? I've never seen you. I've never done any business with you. I never agreed to do anything for you. You told me you were just going to volunteer. That's what you said. There was no mention of payment. You came. You said you wanted to volunteer at my company, and I gave you the room. So why am I paying you? Where was that written? Did I sign it? Did I agree? You've not seen wicked or unreasonable men. That will make you question your very. They will make you wonder if you are okay. Like if you maybe you are dreaming. You've not. I pray you don't meet with them. She gets it. So please, you need something to back up your claim so that if something happens and you want to drag them online, you will come with receipts and say, see, this is you. This is your signature. This is the clinic. Do you get it? There are no clarity on expectations. There's no nothing. You said 30th. I can pay you 30th of whenever. You didn't state. Now, let's look at a well-written contract. The name of the client, Sarah Coaching Inc. The name of the virtual assistant, Precious Ayola. The service I am offering, email and calendar management. See, it's specific. The duration of this service I'm offering, October 1 to October 31. The rate, $500 per month. And I want it paid upfront via PayPal. Don't come and tell me, I don't have PayPal. I have PayPal. I already told you this is how I want to receive my money. $500, and I want it paid upfront. Deliverables. This is what we're expecting, right? Monitor your inbox from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. This is the time zone, GMT +1. Don't come and call me by 11 a.m. my time because somebody sent you an email by 5 p.m. your time and I won't asking me why I have not responded. I told you I will only work 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. my own time. Respond using approved templates. Escalate urgent issues within 2 hours. Escalate urgent issues within 2 hours. So you can see it. Then the tools I'm going to use for this project: Gmail, Google Calendar, Slack. I mean, I can then termination. Either party may terminate within 7 days notice. So it means I cannot just wake up and come and tell you that, oh, I want to terminate this appointment tomorrow. I'm tired. And you can also come and tell me, oh, I want to come and terminate them. 7 days notice. Confidentiality. I agree that I'm going to protect all your information. So I'm not going to go and tell my friend the password or one important email that came into your inbox. I'm going to be very, very confidential. Signature, I will sign, you will sign. Can you see? Can you see the difference between the two of them? Somebody said, Favor says, so I can collect payment before I start work. It depends on the client. It depends on a lot of things. It's not the norm. Sometimes it's take upfront before you start. But if you're very, very good and maybe people are rushing you, hey, you can do that. So can you guys see the difference between the two? So if the client comes tomorrow and says, I want to host a meeting with Zoom, or I want to do one thing with Kinecon, and it will need Canva Pro, I can refer. If I have it, right? If I probably already have a running Canva Pro subscription, and this client has been really nice to me, very reasonable, why not? I can decide to use it. But if I don't have it, I won't go and spend 28,000 naira on a Zoom Plus subscription for something that was not initially in the contract. No, I'm not obliged to do that. Do you get it? I'm not obliged. So you can see why it's important for you to have these things. Or if the client tells me tomorrow that I want you to work, or the client that calls me around 11 a.m., 11 p.m. my time. Why? On the contract, it says 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. my time, GMT plus 1. You have stated it clearly. So it covers you. The thing is, sometimes there might be people that you just really feel like this person has really been good to me. And you might want to just give them some accommodations, right? But you're not obligated to do it. You do it based on your own discretion. Do you understand? So what this contract covers you. Because if the client begins to come and begins to request additions that are beginning to get unreasonable, you can always refer them back to the contract. Oh, this is what we signed. This is what we agreed on. And any reasonable person will understand that, it's true. Except I don't pass my boundary. It's not like we didn't agree on this one. And they can now plead, or they can tell you, okay, I'll pay you extra for this. You get it. So yeah, that's it. So that's that about the contract. Now, the last but not the least, financial management basics. Managing your virtual assistant income. So you're starting to make the money. You are now very, very, very liquid. The money is flowing. It's flowing. You are the happening guy. You are the happening girl. Dollar is meeting dollar in your accounts. Managing your income. Now, it's very important because it's not really about how much you earn alone. I mean, how much you earn is important too. But that's not the only thing. If you want to build long-term wealth, you need to know how to manage money. Otherwise, what happens is you just begin to wonder that, where's all this money going to? Now, the key areas to track when it comes to your income, your financial management basically is 1, your income. Know what comes in. What do clients pay you? And these are some of the tools that you can use. You can use Google Sheets to track. You can use Wave. You can use Notion. Don't be that person that you don't even know how much you made in a month. You cannot even track it. You don't even know, what are your best performing months? What are your worst performing months? Or what did you do differently this month that made you cannot even track anything. There's just nothing. Don't be that person. Then number 2, your expenses. What are you using money for? Very important as well. Some of you don't even know. If I ask some of you now like this, on this, what do you can you give me a rough estimate of your expenses per month? You cannot tell me because you don't track it. Then so some of the things that you need to track your tools, the tools that you use, track your internet, track your data subscriptions. If you use co-working spaces, that's part of your expenses. Please track them. They're very important. Then track your savings. Please save. Save, oh people, please save. It is very wise. You don't spend everything you earn. Put aside something for savings. You know how like they always say that when the higher your income, the higher your living expenses. Please, you should, even the higher your income, the higher your savings. The higher your income, the higher your investments. Very important. Track these things so that you won't be wondering if somebody is spending the money with you. You're the only one spending your money. So save. That different apps that you can save with. You can use Piggyvest, you can use Cowrywise. There are a lot of them. Then invoicing. Invoicing is really good when you want to bill your clients. You can't be sending invoice on WhatsApp. What's that? If WhatsApp invoice, we will pay you $5,000 on WhatsApp, and you send WhatsApp. Just not like you send the invoice like a document on WhatsApp, or you type it. So my bill is 5,000 on WhatsApp. Are you joking? When you're not what's their name? See Ronaldo. I don't even think those ones do that. So please don't do that. Have these things will make you look very professional. Do you get it? The invoicing apps, now some of them are even free. You don't even need to pay for the free version. So Bonsai, Hello Bonsai, Paystack, send in. Oh, the client wants to charge you, send them invoices. And they'll be like, wow, this person is really good though. I don't know, this person is professional. There's a way you present yourself that the clients will not even be able to mess up. Because kind of like, this person that gave me contract, this person that is also sending me invoice professionally. Please, it seems like this we can't mess with this person. No, do you get it? Then taxes. I need to state this: a lot of freelancers don't tax, and if the government catch you, so please pay your tax. Very important. There's something called taxable income. There are some things that you can tax. There's some expenses. There's some income that you can tax. There are some that you cannot tax. Do you get? There's some expenses that you can tax. There are some that you cannot. And that's why you need a tax consultant. Let them advise you on how you can pay. It's very important. Sometimes sometimes when you're traveling out of the country, they will ask you for your tax documentation, even to get a visa. It's very, trust me. Pay your taxes. You cannot. Don't say because you're not working in a. If they catch you, you will pay tax evasion and you won't like it. So please pay your taxes. Keep track of these things. If you don't know, get somebody, a tax consultant, that will advise you on how to do. Because if you go and do it, if you walk into FIRS or whatever body is responsible for taxation in your state, if you walk there and you just you might not really like it. So get a tax consultant that will help you at least pay what you need to pay. Okay, so then tips on how to manage your finances. Please pay yourself a salary. You are earning $500 per month, or you're on a retainer, a $1,500 retainer. Don't say, I don't arrive. They'll be here. Pay yourself. Say, okay, out of this $1,500, I pay my tithe. I'll pay myself $500 per month. You see this remaining one like this, 30% is going to investment. This one, that land that we are building in the village, this one is going into it. This particular portion is going. Please, you can't be dipping your hand everything. You're just eating everything with your 10 fingers. Okay. So please pay your tax. Pay your taxes. It is pay yourself a salary rather. It's very important. Pay yourself a salary. Don't eat with all your 10 fingers, all your mouth, everything, because you feel like all the years I was hungry, I will eat everything this is now. It's not wise. Pay yourself a salary. Very important. You can even separate accounts. Separate your accounts. Oh, this is the account where the bulk of the money is coming into. This is the account for my everyday expenses. The thing. Oh, these are my subscriptions. Every month I spend about 85,000 naira on the different subscriptions that I'm doing. So this is Do those things. Your future will thank you. Then automate your savings. If you know that you don't trust yourself to always save every month, automate it. Banks do this thing now. They tell them, okay, I want a standing order on my account. Every month, take away this particular amount, take away 300,000 every month and put it in my Cowrywise account. Take away this one, put it in this account. Take away this one, put it in my trading app. Very important. Then have an emergency fund for clients, because as a freelancer, it's not every month that you get clients. Some months you get more, some months you're overbooked, some months you'll be praying before you see the first, you see one client. So have an emergency fund set aside for all those months. Like an emergency fund typically is 6 months of your living expenses, how much will sustain you for 6 months. So set it aside so that when you are having those quiet months, you will not be doing your eye bye, wondering what's going on. So please, very important. So yeah, with that, we've come to the end of today's class. Any questions? So, if you have any questions, please let me know. Wow, we spent about 2 hours. Well, this is me thinking that we're going to use 1 hour 30 minutes on this class, but here we are, 2 hours. Oh. Because so Freda is asking us, says for a 1 month job, how do you say a 7 days notice to sever the contract? What if the client comes 7 days prior to the end of the month and decides to terminate the contract? Well, if the client decides to terminate the contract, it doesn't mean that your payment will stop. No. Hey, are we joking here? When you have done the work, it doesn't mean your payment won't stop. They terminated the contract 7 days notice. Well, that's okay. But as long as they're going to pay you for the work that you've done. It's that simple. So that can also be a part of it. That if the contract is terminated, payment will still be made for the work done. You can include that in your contract. So yeah. Lydia says the client is calling the shots, the VA has no say. Who says? I mean, that I definitely didn't say that. I didn't say that. I don't think there's anything I said here that's implied that the VA has no say. Because why do you have a contract then? The VA definitely has a say. For someone, okay, I already answered this, but I'll answer it again. For the contract, is the client or the VA that draws the contract? I already said this during the class that sometimes the client sends you the contract, and if you feel like the contract covers you as the VA, then that's fine. You can sign and keep your copy. But if you feel like the contract does not cover you as a VA, you can prepare your own contract and send it to the client. Okay. Media Williams says, can we request for past payment upfront from the client? Of course, you can. You can request for past payment upfront. Sahid Omolade, I think you're just joining this class. So you need to go back to the first videos. How much can we start with as a VA beginner? So I'm not going to give you a specific amount, to be honest. And that's why I already gave you the things to look out for when you are pricing. So your skills, your expertise, I already said check out what other VAs like yourself that are also beginning and charging, the tools you would need, the country your client is in. Those are the things you consider to peg a price. But I can't say, oh, this is how much you charge or not. Formula says, as a VA, can one work for 2 or more people? How possible? Of course, you can work for like 5 people even. As long as you're able to manage your time and obviously give very good quality of work. Why not? Okay. So Said Omalade already answered that question about how much. Tilda said, if a client terminates, will you still get paid? Yes. And that's why you can include that as well in your contract, that if they terminate before the end of the contract, they will still have to pay you for the work that was done. And you can decide, you also include how that will be determined as well, so that the client will not just pay you one check and then money and just go like that. Okay, and you can also, if a client sends a contract and there's anything you're not comfortable with, you can also let them know that there are some clauses you're not comfortable with in the contract and they have to review it. And if they still don't want to review it, then you can decide to take a walk, or if you feel like you can handle the stress, you can continue. Babatunde Mosaku, please, do you have a sample of a contract? I already shared. I demoed one in the class, so you might have to go back to the class to watch it, to see it rather. Blessing Chizaran says, is it good to have 2 to 3 emails as a VA? I mean, yeah, if you want to, if you feel like there's a need to. Emails are free, we have free emails, so yeah. How can someone sign an agreement? Yeah, so we have different signing tools. We have different online tools. I personally use DocuSign to sign my contracts. Yeah, so DocuSign. We have a lot of others, PDF filler, I think Adobe as well. Yeah, so you can use that. So when we said, where can we find communities to join? Communities are everywhere. On LinkedIn, you see somebody that, oh, my community of, you see like a lot of communities, to be honest. You can even check online and say, oh, virtual assistants Slack communities, you will see them. So yeah. Media Williams says, can an additional clause be added to a contract maybe after 2 weeks? So yeah, there's something called an addendum, right? An addendum is like you're adding to the contract, but it has to be in addition, in consent. Like, so the thing is, if you have a contract now that you have signed the the client has also signed theirs. Don't now go and change. Don't go and change that same contract that the client signed, though, and say, oh, I added. No, that's wrong. You have to prepare a fresh contract and state that it's an addendum to the existing contract, and then the client has to sign it, and you also sign. So yeah. Okay. Titilayo, signing tools, we didn't discuss those, did we? So yeah, we touched on it when I mentioned you have to sign the contract and the client. I said, if the client is not in Nigeria, how the client, if the client is not in the same location as you, you're obviously not going to jump on a plane to give the client the contract to sign. So you have to sign electronically, and that's why I mentioned DocuSign. Like, I use DocuSign personally, and it has always worked for me. So yeah. So, any more questions before we call it a night? And tomorrow is our last class. Yay! I'm excited. Tomorrow is our last class. Oh my gosh, the training hasn't ended. There are a lot of exciting stuff lined out for you guys. You know, there's a big project coming up and all of that good stuff. But in terms of classes, tomorrow is the last class, and I'm excited about it. So tomorrow we're going to be looking at I'm sure and would stroll into the streets of Upwork and LinkedIn and see what's happening in the market. Okay. How often is advisable to review a client's contract? Whenever it expires, basically. So if, for example, you initially had a contract of maybe 6 months and the 6 months has expired, it means the contract has expired though and you're not covered anymore. So ensure you renew the contract again, and yeah, to cover the duration. Or if the contract scope has increased and you feel like the other contract does not cover what you initially discussed or what you're currently doing, why not? You can review it, but the most important thing is it is in agreement with the other party. Don't go and change something behind or cancel something and say, don't try it. That's wrong. It's criminal to do that. So, okay, email labeling will be tomorrow. So, Florence said, can one have a mentor that can guide you You can always run to for support when you don't know what to do. Of course, why not? If you find someone that is available and they are willing to mentor you, of course, that's fantastic. Thank you. So yeah, tomorrow is our last class and I'm so excited. Yes, allow me to see last class tomorrow. But like I said, the training has not ended though. Please listen. We have projects coming up. We have like a lot of amazing things that are happening still in the track. So the track has not ended. I think it's supposed to run for about how many weeks? This is just 6 weeks. So there's still a lot more things that would you have not finished the course. Favor, you guys should listen, please. You have not finished the course. There are a lot of things that are still happening. There's a you're still going to do like a whole project, right? That's how, if you don't do project, you won't get your certificate though. So don't say your class assistants will give you further information on what next. But in terms of classes, like having classes like this, tomorrow is the last. But the training has not ended. Please, you people should type it in. I want to see it in the comments, in the chat, because I know you people. You can now say, "Oh, I said there's no." Type the training has not ended. 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 Please let me see it in the chats. Training has not ended. Training has not ended. Training has not ended. Training has not ended. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. So, like I said, there's going to be a project. You still have to get your certificates. I think there's a hackathon coming up. Like a lot of exciting stuff that is going to happen. It's just classes that's ending tomorrow. But training has not ended. And of course, I might still have one or two things to do with you guys in the course of the project and all, but not really classes. Okay, so your assistants the course assistants would let you know what's next. By the time we come, by the time it's next week. But the last class is tomorrow, so don't miss it. Like I said, we're going to be joining into LinkedIn and Upwork and see what's happening in the market for virtual assistants. Okay. All right, guys. So, and please, if you don't have Upwork, please register on Upwork so that you're not lost tomorrow. Because I'm not teaching anybody how to open Upwork. Please, it's all over the internet. Like you can literally just go on and sign up. So I'm not going to do that. We're just looking. Like I said, we're looking to see what's obtainable, so you guys can understand what the job market really looks like. Okay, take care, everybody. Bye bye.